This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Either way, though, he was born May 10th, 1953, Mission, Texas. How'd you first meet Tito Santana? This feels like somebody that you would have been familiar with very early in your wrestling fandom.
I knew about Tito. No, I mean, good Lord, Tito's just a few years older than I am, like by 10. But I did not get to meet Tito until 1981. And I'd seen different things with Tito. He'd been working for Vern. I don't know if I think he had his first run with Vince by that time. But, Merced Soles, man.
What, did you call him Merced?
I'll call him Tito.
I just assume everybody calls him Tito, and I don't know why. Is that, have you ever thought about that? Like how weird that dynamic is, where some guys you call by their real name and others you call by their quote unquote stage name?
Yeah, because it's how you know them. Right. So, for example, I think that the Funks and Ted DiBiase and Tully, those guys, I think, called Tito Merced. And eventually they kind of went over to Tito, but they went to college with him at West Texas State. Ben Porella, motherfucker. So I think they knew him first, playing football and shit as Merced. So, Tito was the hard one to get used to. But I always knew him as Tito, by God.
Well, I'll tell you what, a whole generation of us wrestling fans, especially folks listening to this show right now, we grew up with Tito Santana. I mean, I can't remember there being a time when he wasn't a part of my WWF programming. Maybe one of the most underrated talents of all time. And, way back in the day, the WWF, there was more of a, I don't know. I would say it's sort of UFC style presentation where we had an Italian fellow and an Irish fellow and a Cuban fellow and a Mexican fellow. You had representation for the different ethnicities and backgrounds. And that was sort of what fans clamored to on the WWF programming, right?
Well, I think that especially in the Northeast, where every ethnicity had to have someone to cheer for, and they needed their guy. And everywhere you went for the most part. I know in Texas that it was always important to have a strong Hispanic representation. That's why we had Jose Lothario, Mil Mascaras, Gordon and Goliath. So, yeah, that was important. That was important to do, and you wanted someone to represent each ethnic region.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.